Good evening, children. So, children, the topic for today's class is we are doing the chapter. The chapter is climate, and that is chapter number 4. So, today I'm going to continue from the topic of annual cycles of seasons. See, a distinct seasonality is a prominent character of the monsoon type of climate. The weather changes also occur from one season to the other and are obvious to anyone observing it, especially in the interiors of India. Not much difference in temperature can be seen in the coastal areas, but a distinct pattern is seen in the rainfall that occurs here. So now children, let's talk about, as you all know, that India experiences 4 main seasons. The first one is hot weather season, the second one is cold weather season, the third one advancing monsoon season, and the fourth one is retreating monsoon season. So now let's talk about the first point, that hot weather seasons. Now if I talk about hot weather seasons, or it is also known as summer, then the sun's northward movement causes the global heat belt to shift northwards. This causes the hot weather season in India from March to May. The effect of the shifting of heat belt can be seen clearly from the temperature recordings during March-May at different stations that are located at various latitudes. The temperature is around 42 degrees Celsius in April in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. The temperature of 48 degrees Celsius is common around May in northwestern region of India. The moderating effect of the ocean is very obvious when we observe the temperature in peninsular India. The Deccan Plateau experiences a temperature up to 38 degrees Celsius in around March. In North India, rising temperature and falling air pressure occur in the summer months, and an extended low pressure area develops in North India by the end of May month. This low pressure area extends from the Thar Desert in the northwest to Patna and Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east to southwest. Around this trough, the circulation of air begins to set in. A unique feature, now remember this point, a unique feature of the hot weather season in India is the loo. The loo are strong, hot and dry winds that blow during the day in summer over northern and northwestern India. They may even continue till midnight. Many people suffer from heat strokes or other fatal consequences when they are exposed to these hot winds. During the month of May or during May, the area the areas experience dust storms bring some relief from the intense, oppressive heat for a brief time. They are accompanied by light drizzle and cool breeze. In some areas, locally formed thunderstorms along with violent winds, torrential rainfall with hailstorms may also occur. When the summer season is about to reach an end, Kerala and Karnataka experience pre-monsoon showers. These showers are vital in aiding the ripening of the mango crop. Hence, they have earned the name of mango showers. Remember this point? That's why they have earned the name of mango showers. Now children, after summer, as you all know, winter comes. So now let's talk about the cold weather season, means the present day season which is going on. See, what is cold weather? Cold weather season sets in the North India in mid-November and prevails till the month of January. Now let's talk about, by mid-November, the cold weather season sets in North India. It prevails in the area till February. Remember, cold weather season sets in North India in the mid-November and prevails till February. The coldest month of these seasons are December and January. दो महीने जो सबसे अधिक ठंडे होते हैं वो होता है दिसंबर और दूसरा होता है जनवरी. The temperature at this time decreases from south to north. The mean temperature is between 24 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius in Chennai. But in the northern plains, the temperature is about 10 degree and 15 degree Celsius. The days are mostly warm, but the nights are cold. Or if I talk about the higher regions, in the higher regions, frost is a common occurrence. In the winter season, the northeast trade winds prevailing over the country, blowing from land to sea. ये कहाँ से कहाँ move करती हैं? They blow from land to sea. They cause most of India to experience a dry season. However, the coasts of Tamil Nadu receive most of its rain from these winds as they reach here from sea to land. In North India, a weak pressure area. Remember the point? In North India, a weak pressure area is developed. Light winds blow outwards from this region. They are affected by the relief. अच्छा, ये जो winds होती हैं ये blow करती हैं. These winds blow through the Ganga Valley from east. They blow from Ganga Valley from west and northwest. The fine weather in the season is marked by clear sky, low temperature and low humidity. The inflow, ध्यान देना इस पे, the inflow of depression from west and northwest is the prominent characteristic feature of the cold weather season over the North Indian plains, known as the Western disturbances. And it is known by, remember children, it is known as the Western disturbances. This low pressure system, ये जो low pressure system originate होता है over the Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia. This low pressure system originate over the Mediterranean Sea and the Western Asia. They are, उसके बाद क्या होता है? They are brought in by the westerly jet stream. The vital winter rain required by the land is caused by these low pressure systems. The winter rain falls over the plains and the Himalayas experience snowfall. जो हिमालय होता है यहाँ पे इस मौसम में स्नोफॉल होती है. This meager rainfall, ये जो बहुत कम बारिश होती है, this meager rainfall is important for the rabi crops and is locally known. इसको जाना जाता है महावत के नाम से. Remember children, this meager rainfall is important for the rabi crops and is locally known as Mahavat. The peninsular region has no particular winter season. There is not much seasonal change in the distribution pattern of temperature due to the influence of the sea. देखो इसमें 2-3 पॉइंट्स याद रखने वाले हैं. एक हमको याद रखना पड़ेगा बेटा वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस, और दूसरा जो ये पेनिनसुलर रीजन्स होते हैं इनका कोई विंटर सीजन नहीं होता है. इनका कोई पर्टिकुलर विंटर सीजन नहीं होता है. There is not much seasonal change in the distribution pattern of temperature due to the influence of the sea. Now the next point, third point is advancing monsoon. उसे हम लोग एडवांसिंग मानसून कह सकते हैं या फिर रेनी सीजन. साउथ ईस्ट ट्रेड विंड्स, देखो जी साउथ ईस्ट ट्रेड विंड्स होती हैं. द साउथ ईस्ट ट्रेड विंड्स क्रॉस द इक्वेटर एंड ब्लो इन अ साउथ वेस्टर्ली डायरेक्शन entering the Indian peninsula as the southwest monsoon brings abundant moisture to the subcontinent. इसको हम लोग ध्यान से थोड़ा पढ़ते हैं. The intensity of the low pressure conditions over the northwestern plains is increased by first week of June. They are strong enough to attract the trade winds of the southern hemisphere. These ocean originating southeast trade winds move over the Indian Ocean and cross the equator to follow the southwesterly direction. As they pass over the equatorial warm currents, remember, as they pass over the equatorial warm currents, they carry a lot of moisture. ये अपने साथ बहुत सारा moisture लेके चलते हैं. They carry a lot of moisture in them. The monsoons are pulsating. The monsoons are pulsating winds as compared to the steady trade winds. These strong winds tend to blow. जो strong winds होती हैं, they tend to blow at an average speed of 30 km per hour. They blow all over the country in a month's time, leaving only the extreme northwest. Violent thunder and the lightning that mark the sudden approach of this moisture rich winds bring on what is popularly known as the breaking of the monsoons. The southwest monsoon, जो southwest monsoon होता है, that flows into India bring about a major change. काफी बड़ा बदलाव आता है इससे वेदर में. सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं द इंडियन पेनिनसुला डिवाइड्स द मॉनसून इनटू टू ब्रांचेस. सबसे पहला है द अरेबियन सी ब्रांच और दूसरा है द बे ऑफ बंगाल ब्रांच. तो हम लोग सबसे पहले बात करते हैं कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द अरेबियन सी ब्रांच. सबसे पहले हम इसकी बात करेंगे अरेबियन सी ब्रांच की. सी द अरेबियन सी ब्रांच रीचेस मुंबई by the 10th June. The Western Ghats pose an obstruction to this branch of monsoon. Then heavy rains occur on the windward side of the Sahyadris. जो monsoon branch होती है, this monsoon branch crosses the Ghats and reaches the Deccan Plateau and Madhya Pradesh, where it causes some rainfall. This branch, ये जो branch होती है फिर एंटर करती है गंगा प्लेन्स में. This branch then enters the Ganga plains to meet the Bay of Bengal branch. Another sub-branch hits the Saurashtra Peninsula and the Kutch by mid-June. देखो जो दिल्ली होती है, Delhi receives rainfall by the 29th of June. Delhi receives rainfall by the 29th of June. As this branch passes over Western Rajasthan, it causes scanty rainfall. Then the next point is this branch meets the Bay of Bengal. This branch meets the Bay of Bengal branch in Punjab and Haryana to cause rains in the western Himalayas by first week of July. जो जुलाई का पहला महीना होता है तब तक यहाँ पे रेनफॉल आ जाती है. Now, see children, one point is there, that is Mason Ram located on the crest of the southern range of Khasi Hills receives the highest annual rainfall in the world. याद रखना point. Okay children, I am explaining this point again. Just one of you have told me. I am just telling you about the Arabian Sea connects with. See, the Arabian Sea branch, ध्यान से सब लोग सुन लेना इसको. The Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai by 10th June. The Western Ghats pose an obstruction to this branch of monsoon. Heavy rains occur on the windward side of the Sahyadris. Then the monsoon branch, ध्यान रखना पॉइंट को, this monsoon branch crosses the Ghats and reaches the Deccan Plateau and Madhya Pradesh, where it causes a bit of rainfall. This branch then enters, ये जो branch होती है फिर enter करती है गंगा plains में to meet the Bay of Bengal branch. Another sub branch hits the Saurashtra Peninsula. Remember the point? Another sub branch hits the Saurashtra Peninsula and the Kutch by mid-June. अब कुछ पॉइंट्स जो याद करने वाले हैं that Delhi receives rainfall by the 29th of June. Next point is, as this branch passes over western Rajasthan, it causes scanty rainfall. This branch meets the Bay of Bengal branch in Punjab and Haryana to cause rains in the western Himalayas by first week of July. I was telling you certain facts. Remember children, Mason Ram, located on the crest of the southern range of Khasi Hills, receives the highest average annual rainfall in the world. Cherrapunji, located 16 km east of Mason Ram, also holds rainfall record. Now, अगर मैं चेरापूंजी की बात करूं, Cherrapunji is one of the wettest places on earth. Remember this point? Cherrapunji is one of the wettest places on earth and established a world record of an incredible 1032 inches of rain in 1861. It continues to record an average rainfall of 450 inches, 450 inches in the monsoon months of July to September. देखो चेरापूंजी की जो लोकेशन है, चेरापूंजी is surrounded by groves of orange and banana trees. This little town has a lively weekly market and is famous for its delicious orange flavor honey. और जो सबसे अधिक एरिया बारिश वाला क्षेत्र है, the heaviest rainfall in the world is recorded in the nearby village of Mason Ram with an annual average rainfall of 479 inches. The excessive rainfall is due to a situation on an amphitheater relief and on the windward side of the monsoon. So बेटा ये अभी हमने पढ़ा था characteristics of the Arabian Sea branch. Now let's talk about the Bay of Bengal. Now let's talk about the characteristics of the Bay of Bengal branch. See, this branch of monsoon is naturally directed towards parts of southeast Bangladesh. ये कहाँ पे होता है? This branch of monsoon is naturally directed towards parts of southeast Bangladesh and coastal Myanmar to be deflected later. This deflection, ये जो deflection होता है, this deflection occurs due to the Arakan Hills along Myanmar's coast. Here a major part, remember here a major part of this monsoon branch enters West Bengal and Bangladesh from south and southeast. Low temperature in northwest India causes the branch to split into two, one of which moves westward and the other moves to the north and northeast India. The westward branch reaches the Punjab plains along the Ganga plains, while the other branch moves up the Brahmaputra valley to cause heavy and widespread rains in northeastern India. The relief of our country determines, remember, the relief of our country determines the distribution of rainfall from the southwest monsoon. So children, we observe, so that's why we observe that the Western Ghats receive a rainfall of over 250 centimeter. अच्छा, दूसरी तरफ on the other hand, less than 50 centimeter of rain is recorded on the leeward side of the Ghats. Similarly, the hills and mountain ranges cause heavy rainfall in the northeastern states. The northern plains experience decreased rainfall as one moves westward. At this time of season, Kolkata receives 120 centimeter of rain. देखो, कोलकाता को मिलता है 120 centimeter of rain, while Patna, Allahabad and Delhi receives 102 centimeter only. देखो, सबसे पहले हम बताते हैं पटना 102 centimeter, Allahabad 91 and Delhi 56 centimeter of rainfall respectively. जो ये इंक्रीज हो रहा है, द इंक्रीजिंग डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द सी, देखो समुद्र से जितनी ज्यादा दूरी होती जाएगी बारिश उतनी कम होगी. द इंक्रीजिंग डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द सी causes the decline in the rainfall. The monsoon tends to have breaks in its rainfall, which causes wet and dry spells. This means that monsoon rains. This means that monsoon rains occur only a few days at a time. Rainless, dry spells. Rainless, dry spells occur in between. जो ये phenomena होता है, this phenomena is due to the frequent and strong tropical depression formed at the head of the Bay of Bengal. They cross over the mainland. The depressions follow the axis of the monsoon trough of the low pressure. Due to different causes, कई सारे causes होते हैं. Due to the different causes, the trough and its axis keep moving to the north or south, which in turn decides on the spatial distribution of rainfall. When the axis of the monsoon trough is over, remember, when the axis of the monsoon trough is over, the plains, the region receives ample rainfall. But if there is a shift in the axis, and it moves closer to the Himalayas, then an increase, in dry spells is observed, and those dry spells also last longer than other times. Widespread rainfall occurs in the mountainous catchment areas of the Himalayan rivers. जो ये भारी वर्षा होती है, these heavy rainfalls herald floods that devastate the lands, leading to huge loss of life and property in the plain regions. Second, uncertainty and changes are characteristics of the monsoons. The alternation of dry and wet spells varies in intensity, frequency, and in duration. They bring heavy rains in one part and cause droughts in other areas. मतलब एक तरफ तो खूब बारिश हो रही है और एक तरफ सूखा पड़ रहा है. Their irregular arrival and retreat disrupt the farming schedule of the most of the Indian farmers. Now, my next point is retreating monsoon, that is the transition season. Remember, the monsoon trough of low pressure grows weaker by October-November. If it is then slowly replaced by high pressure. जो monsoons होते हैं, the monsoon's outreach is rendered unsustainable and the gradual withdrawal begins. This is known as the retreat of monsoon. By the time October begins, the monsoons withdraw from the northern plains. The period of transition from hot and rainy, remember, the period of transition from hot and rainy to dry and cold season occurs in the months of October to November. Clear skies and rising temperature are prominent marks of retreating monsoon. During the daytime, the temperature remains high, but nights are pleasant and cool. The land remains moist. High temperature and humidity, याद रखना, high temperature and humidity cause the daytime weather to become rather oppressive, known as October heat. This phenomenon of early October, ये जो phenomena होता है, this phenomena of early October is replaced in late October by low temperature, especially कहाँ पे? In the northern India. देखो जो नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न इंडिया है, the northwestern India's low pressure conditions move to the Bay of Bengal area by early November. This shift is caused due to the cyclonic depressions. This shift is caused due to the cyclonic depressions that occur with their origins over the Andaman Sea. Those depressions that are able to cross the eastern coasts of India cause heavy rains. The destructive tropical cyclones strike the thickly populated areas in the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri deltas. Loss of lives and properties are on a large scale. ये जो cyclones होते हैं, these cyclones may also arrive in Odisha, West Bengal and Bangladesh coasts. Most of the rainfall, जो भी rainfall होती है, most of the rainfall of the Coromandel coast is a consequence of the depressions and cyclones. See children, these points I was telling you, that is basin ram. I hope so. Today we have talked about annual cycle of seasons, and I hope so that this topic would be clear to you. And the remaining part of the chapter would be done in the next class. Until then children, just go through the chapter.